of a sudden we're getting like invites for one and it wasn't me.
Oh,
Or they'll
wow.
say Etim-Effiong plus one. I became
wow.
plus
And you
one.
became the plus one.
Listen, I definitely had like deep resentment and I had to do deep work to get rid of the deep resentment.
Nobody deserves that much. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much would hey God, this is why. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much would the woodchuck chuck with it?
Okay, here's one. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
I know that
Red
one.
lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry.
They'll tell you to do it to collect party pack. And then you say, okay, no wahala, yeah, take. Mr. Clown will give you red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. You know, I used to win all this party pack back then.
There's that one. There's one. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore.
She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Let's
She
get
sells seashells on the seashore.
She sells seashells on the seashore. You know that I'm a talking drum professional.
Child, that's not what Kara said, but okay, girl.
Oh my, she was like, "Stop! Your rhythm is off." She was like, just stand there.
But yeah, I'm really excited to start this episode because we are with a force in the entertainment industry. One thing I love to see women in power. I love to see women in male-dominated spaces because go women now. Like, go us.
Guys, this is where you do celebrations.
Go us.
But I feel like Nigeria is very misogynist, right? And I feel like already women here have... It's like we're not even at the bottom of the barrel, like we're under. They don't even respect us, like we're under. But like now, I love to see women just thriving in men, even like acting. Before, they used to get men to play women's parts, like all the way back to his history. So I love to see women thriving. I love to see women making some money. I love to see women just monopolizing in the media space. Because again, this is not something that history would tell that we were the last to enter it. So like... She asked me, did I Google her? In fact, please introduce yourself.
Relax. Don't even say that like that. Don't even say it like that.
I Googled you.
No,
but in my defense, it wasn't like I didn't just Google you. Like I Googled you like a while back.
Exactly. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Because my sister's an actor, right? Like
Yes,
there's loads of things that you're into that when I came into Nigeria, I was like, oh, like in the acting industry abroad is different from here. So like I've actually seen I've seen your name across different scenes as well. So it's not just and another thing about Google is, not to sound rude or condescending, is you have to be somebody to be on Google. Yeah, you got that, so you better earn your accolades.
Okay, I appreciate that, but I just want to fix
that.
that.
I'm on Google. I'm nobody. If you Google me, it's my sister that will come up.
I'm feeling offended.
It's not like I want to address that, Shao, because it's going to be like, oh, I walked in and I said, did you Google?
Oh my God, guys, it's not like that. We're
In
just
fact,
dancing.
we should do. If we have a guest, I need to know about you. And guess what? Like I said, not everybody comes up on Google.
I'm sorry, even if you asked her if she Googled you, girl, you've earned it. So did you Google me? That's right.
You're actually your fault. See, don't be humble. Yeah, see, they're forced to be record. See,
I'm even stuttering here. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, I wanted to introduce yourself. But
okay.
Yeah.
I know I've already done all the background noise, but like...
Okay, my name is Toyosi Etim-Effiong. I'm the founder and CEO.
Actually, we usually do like this background thing when our guests introduce themselves.
We used to
do like
let's
an
go back.
echo,
Okay.
but don't worry, let's have
Sorry
you
guys,
introduce
let's wheel
yourself.
it back.
Okay.
Already, are you ready?
Okay. My name is Toyosi. I really want to be serious. Okay, my name is Toyosi Etim-Effiong. I am the founder and CEO of That Good Media. We specialize in talent management, PR, international strategic partnerships for the film and TV industry. Those are the primary things that we do. And then creative solutions, of course, for businesses.
Absolutely love that. And not even like, not to make it like sound like a cliche question, because you're a media mogul, you're in the industry, you're a mom, you're a wife, and you're also in the public eye. How do you handle all of that, to be very honest? Because I know even me that I'm not in the public eye, I feel like my life is very stressful as it is, doing like so many different things. Not to have, okay, you're doing all of this, and then there's like an added glare of sort of being under scrutiny. Everything you say, whether you mean it like with good intention. Even look at what we're talking about, like having that conversation, even as we're just like having banter, it's still hard to put out like, clarify that, oh yes, so it was just banned, so not like that. So how do you cope with being in the public eye? How do you juggle all of this with being in the public eye?
So I think it's just recently I realized that I'm in the public eye. I don't know how I thought I was perceived before, but with a few things that have happened in recent times, I'm aware that things that I say can be picked up by blogs. You know, it can't just be random anymore. It can't just be banned. Cannot just say, what's wrong with this one? You know, it would be like, oh, Toyosi Etim-Effiong said, what's wrong with this one? And then it becomes a thing. And then there are comments and there are trolls and there's all of that, you know. And then there are also warriors, you know, people that are saying, God bless you, God do the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God bless you.
Yeah, so I'm aware now that I have to be careful with what I say, with giving my opinions. Doesn't mean that I would not give my opinions. It just means that I'm careful with how it's worded, and I try my possible best. I try my best really to ensure that I'm passing the message across how I intend for it to be received. Now, if you cannot receive it the way I intended for it to be received, then it's up to you. It's on you.
Do you feel like that stifles you, basically? Like, because now, I mean, if I have an opinion about something and I want to say something, I should be allowed to say it, yeah? But then if you're concerned with, what people would say and how we perceive it, you won't be able to, I don't know how to put it, air out your mind or like say everything that you have to say. Don't you feel like it stifles you?
I'll say it makes me better behaved.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I have a sense of responsibility now. I realize that there are actually people who look up to me. There are people who are interested in what I'm doing. And so I feel a sense of responsibility towards them. I'm not going to badmouth a project, maybe a movie or something, just because of the influence that I'm understanding that I carry now. So I will give my opinion, I will air my opinions, but I will be cautious of how I air them. So how.
How do you deal with the backlash from airing those opinions, positive and negative?
First of all, I look at those who are rooting for me. I look at those who are like, what's it called? Just who understand.
In your corner,
yes, in my corner, people who understand what I actually mean. Because there's no way I will go to a public space or be on a public space, trying to start drama. That's not me. Do you understand? So I'm not. Shai was like, I beg.
Girl,
I'm not even trying to look for a fight. I'm not trying to start drama. I'm not trying to trend. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm too busy to be thinking of what people are typing about me on social media. But I do have like my circle. I do have people that I reach out to say, hey, did you read this? And did you see the feedback? And then they tell me, oh, one of my friends, like a big sister, she said to us, the moment I read it, I knew they would not understand. And it's not my fault that there are more masses than intelligent people on the platform.
Girl, please, can you loud that? That English wasn't well for the right reasons. I'm about to start writing.
So I understand that I have people that understand what I'm saying, people that are looking forward to hearing my opinion on things. And so I don't say I write for those people, but I write anyway.
You write for the people who want to read.
The people that get it.
Yes, and I speak my mind, but again, I'm just more responsible. Yes, more diplomatic, I guess. That's what it is.
Can I ask, like, when people meet you, what would you want them to perceive about you?
That I am truly a good person. I do not have a bone of malice in my body. If I am not hanging around people or dealing with people, it's because I've seen that they are not good for me. Do you understand? So I'm not, again, no time for drama. I'm raising kids. I just had a baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm building a business. You know, I'm thinking of salaries at the end of the month. I'm like, God, I beg. God, no go shame us. Do you understand? Thank you. I'm thinking of the things I'm just trying to accomplish on the international front. So social media fight and all of that is the least of my worries. So when people meet me, I want them to just see that I'm a good person, you know, just doing the Lord's work. Yes, I'm trying to stay on the straight and narrow. Yeah.
Oh, you're a dirty girl. You're a dirty girl. I know what that looks like.
I don't know. I don't think you.
I don't even know what you're saying.
What did I do?
My mind is not even going to go there.
What did I do? No, I want to know. No, let's address
the person. It's hard that you asking. The person that said,
I can't flash a smile at a beautiful woman.
That's not what it was.
I'm thinking.
When I was having flashbacks,
I was thinking and smiling. I cannot do that again. You see, I'm not even a public figure, and they're monitoring the way I smile. See the people in my see the people in my
Are they trolling you right
see the
now?
people in my corner.
Shut up, please.
My own ups. A prophet is not appreciated in her own home. My own ups. No wahala. I've marked it.
Okay.
Thank you. So like, okay, what would you say?
You guys are cute, by the way. I'm
thank
feeling the
you.
vibes. Yeah.
You know what? We actually met on the show. People don't believe us.
Honestly.
Yeah, we met on the show. This is my friend Ian. What is my babes? Spirit
Oh wow! Because I'm used to friends like coming together and saying, "Let's do this. Let's do a podcast."
We
We're on
met
the show.
and it's been good ever
once
since.
before we started.
So we started, yes.
Our synergy was just.
So who is terms? Who's conditions?
I'm definitely the condition. Oh, you know, that's the nice one. 100% hands down.
Really?
In fact, when we go place, that's put in there first because me, if Shia comes out, they know that well, today.
I let Shayo out when all possible. Like I've tried to reason with you, don't want to get me.
Oh yeah.
I'm the last. If I come out, just know it. But the
I've
English
tried.
that will give you first.
I tried.
Then you know people go, and chauffeur Yoruba. Yoruba like first. Don't cut
Shayo speaking.
Well,
Yoruba.
that's for
It's
first.
the cutest thing
I'm
ever.
working on myself, though, guys.
No, it's okay. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
But yeah, I was gonna ask, seeing as apparently I found out my own ops. I'm my own home. What's the most challenging aspect about being in the public eye? Because I know that it comes with its good, definitely. I mean, if you're the kind of person that, I mean, not necessarily about liking attention. If you like recognition for the work that you do, being in the public eye is definitely really good. I know some people do the same things that you do, but they're not necessarily as appreciated because they don't have that glare or the spotlight on them. One thing I tell people is when it comes to the entertainment industry, it sort of feels like the narrative is, oh, we're appreciating people that we see in front of our screens. And they don't know that that is, in my opinion, about 30% of the work that is done. Yes. There's so much work done behind the screens from the, like, even on set now, people are seeing us sitting down here. We'll come and talk. There are more people. And we did how behind, it comes out. There's so many more people behind it. People like you. Like you said, you even handle international and strategic partnerships. Okay. It's one thing for you to put this out there. I can always film in my house. Who gets to see it? If it's just in my drafts. People like you working behind the scenes. So how do you handle the challenges that come with, and how challenging is it really being in the public eye with what you do?
I'm going to okay.
It's a safe space.
I want to say, yes, I understand that it's a safe space. I prefer, how do I put this now? I really enjoy my husband being the popular one. You know, I actually enjoy, I like seeing people's reactions when they see him. I like taking pictures for them. Like we went for dinner the other day, and then the waiters and I think plus cleaners, everybody came out and like, oh, please can you take a picture? And I was like, and they wanted to take a selfie, and I'm like, oh, let me take the picture for you guys. Like I enjoy it. For me, I just want to do the work. I really just want to do the work. So again, I'm not really thinking about I don't know, just
asking for my autograph and
all of that, you know. But I now know, again, like I said earlier, like we started off, I have to show up properly. I have to show up correct when I go out. You know, I'm not going to just go out, especially in Nigeria. In other countries, it's a different story. Just go out as yourself, come as you are, and you're good. At least for now. Again, the prayer is that changes, you know, that we'll now get to a stage globally where it's even like, okay, you have to come correct at all times. But how do I manage it? How do I handle it? I stay centered, you know, plus those who are clapping, plus those who are booing. I see you. I celebrate you. If you're booing, I forgive you. If you're clapping, I love you. Thank you so much. And I just keep it moving.
Have you ever, because you said that, okay, obviously, like you and your partner is the one in the limelight, so to speak, and he is a public figure. You are a public figure as well, but you say he's more in front of the camera, you do the work behind the camera. Have you ever felt, because like you said, you'd rather just be like backstage, really. Have you ever felt like a resentment sometimes?
Absolutely.
Like, or having your partner that is like in the limelight.
Yes.
And just like, no, it's not because I love you. No, normally this kind of thing will happen to me because I rate you.
Let me tell you that when we met, I had more followers.
Oh, wow.
When we met, I was in front of the camera.
Oh, stop.
Yes. I had a show in New York. I was on Sahara TV. I had this entertainment show. I wanted to be like the next Wendy Williams / Oprah / Amanpo. I wanted to combine all of them together, you know. And so front of camera, doing stuff, doing work. And then he was just kind of like starting. So I don't know, we got married, and then I had my first kid, and things just changed. You know, his career now kept growing. I had stopped being on TV. All of a sudden, we were getting like invites for one, and it wasn't me. Or they'll say Etim-Effiong +1. I became +1.
And you became the +1.
Listen, I definitely had like deep resentment, and I had to do deep work to get rid of the deep resentment, because I just felt like, and I used to tell him, why don't tell them to invite me too? So you will go.
And who's supposed to follow you?
Do you understand?
Plus
Do you
one,
understand?
plus.
There even some plus one is even good. There are some that they'll say, sorry, it's only you.
Oh no.
And then I'll say, oh, please, can you ask if I can come as well?
Oh
Because it's a
my
really
God.
nice event. All of that. There was one in particular. They said, no, we've counted the number of people. Like, I was not welcome. And this is me that used to receive invites before.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had to deal with that. But it was important for the assignment. So there's a big assignment for everyone. And it was important that I stopped craving acceptance from the general public. I stopped wanting to belong to a group. It's now the thing of go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. All of that. And that is important for the work that I am doing now. I cannot be doing what I'm doing now, still saying, hey, invite me, call me. You did not invite me, all of that.
Would you say that you are spiritual?
Oh, absolutely. I love Jesus. Jesus loves me. Have a relationship with. You understand? I'm one with the Father. I'm connected with the Spirit of God. I'm in that mix. We're in it together.
What I wanted to ask is because I don't know who I was having a conversation with really. I don't know if it was you and I mentioned it, and I said that personally, this is me. I'm a possessive person.
Okay.
When it comes to my partner, like I am a very possessive person when it comes to my partner.
Yeah.
I don't like to share work. I wasn't having a conversation with my friends, so I'm a content creator, and I have some followers. I would say on Instagram.
Don't be shy. Say it with your
it's true.
full
So what are we
chest.
talking about? Women owning things. Yes, I would say I have quite a number. I'm still a micro influencer, but I thank God for my community and the things that I do. I can't date a social media person.
Yeah. Okay.
If you are trying to date me, I have more than 1,500 followers on Instagram. Block me. I will not do that to you. I never claim to not be a hypocrite. I'm sorry. Really? I have mad cognitive dissonance. Don't do what I say, not what I do. I didn't ask you to do it with me.
Interesting.
I cannot see ideally for me, what's perfect if you are following just two people, me and your mommy. But no, let's not even do as if I'm being unreasonable. Okay. I like his thought that if you follow, like now, okay, you are 1,305 followers. Okay, tomorrow 1,307. Okay, who is new? At Kiniko, you're new. Where did you come from? Not like I would do that ideally. So in case I wanted to do that, it would be fast for me to do it. So personally, I am a possessive person. I can't even imagine. So now, I'm not looking at me that cannot do and I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
You're married to one of like the leading men for like Nollywood in Nollywood.
Yeah.
Obviously, he plays a lot of lover boy characters, different kinds of characters, but quite a number of the characters and roles that he plays are like lover boy characters where it would require some kind of intimacy. And I have to say, like, you're strong because me that cannot manage 1,200 followers. If I open my man's DM, let me open it and see is from all those Chinese companies saying want to send you free jewelry. That's what I want. Don't let it be. No, yes. Don't let it be more. No, don't let it be. No.
She's not even joking. That's the word.
I'm not. That's the thing.
Interesting.
I want it with my chest. Okay. Let's be saying, oh, we'd like to offer you 3 eyeglasses in this. So, no, baby, this is a scam. Like, don't just ignore it. Okay, now please put your account back on private. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. How do you cope?
Right.
Because you literally said, oh, you're going out. People are coming to meet. Oh, want to take pictures.
Yes.
Let's not act like people have pure intentions. Not everybody has pure intentions. I'm sure that even as people know, because your husband is a married man. He's not hiding the fact that he's married. He posts his family, he posts his socials. I told you how I first found out about you how many years ago. So he posts his family, posts his socials. That doesn't stop people, to be very honest, unfortunately. How do you deal with the pressure of that and then people entering the DMs?
I didn't even got a man at 4. Like, what's going on? First of all,
yeah. Something just came to mind as you asked the question and about people and their intentions, all of that. And I'll share the story. I shared it in my book, by the way. I wrote a book in 2020. Can I plug that?
Yeah, feel free.
It's called Now You Know Me Better. It's on Amazon. You'll find it at Roving Heights. Yes, and so I just shared like stories to make you know me. Know me better. Yes, now you know me better. And it was, to answer the question, I've grown over the years. No, right now, I'm not the person I was when we got married. And we'll be married for 7 years in November. So by November, 7 years. Yes. Which is wild.
When you think about it,
that is a long time. Yeah, thank God for that. Anyway, back to the story. So first year, second year, of course, it was a struggle. I talked about the whole insecurity and just feeling left out. Then something happened with him. Pregnant with our first child. We go for a scan. We're right there. I'm on the table. We're about to find out the gender of the baby. And someone starts knocking on the door in this facility, right? And what's it called now? The person doing the scan ignores the knocks, of course, because we're busy. We're busy. It's a family.
Like,
it's a moment.
We're busy. Already hot.
And then this girl keeps knocking repeatedly and then knocks again. And then by this time we're done, but I'm still on the table. And then not the doctor, what they call them, the scanner. Sorry, medical people.
I don't
yeah.
know.
The guy opens the door. And I think she's not a nurse, but she's one of the hospital workers. And she says, maybe a folder, or I have a folder for you, or something funny. And then she sort of looks in, so tries to like just look in. And then guess what she says? Hey, I knew it was you. I knew it was you. Talking to my husband. And I was just like, I was livid. I was angry. Like, come on. This is a private moment. So I remember saying to her, I said, this is neither the place nor time for this. But that also caused problem with my husband, because my husband he loves his fans, he loves his people. So he said that I should not have spoken like that. I said, but I'm right there. Like, I could have been, if that door was open, she would have barged in.
Yes.
To say, I knew it was you. Yeah. Like, come on, you know.
It didn't even have to be open. Yeah. It's wrong.
Just knocking and knocking and knocking. But that was years ago. This is years later. I'm aware that there are people who cannot really control themselves when they see people. It even happens with me sometimes. Of course, not as often as him. Like, people see him and it's like they freeze. or they start shaking, or they start having
they're recording him as
there's 2 tiers.
Can you see that?
He's
here.
Celebrity.
So yes, do you get? So yes, I am used to that now, and I also have some empathy. You know, I keep saying this. I also have some empathy because I used to be that person. I used to be that person who, if I see like
Drake,
maybe not Drake,
not
anybody,
like Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, or if there's this guy, I don't know if you know him, Michael Ealy, with the eyes. Do you understand? And then I remember seeing, I remember seeing 50 Cent up close. So I'm walking. This is in Brooklyn. I'm walking. They are filming Power. I think that his show. I believe it was part of the filming anyway. So I'm walking, and then I look up and then look away, and then like, and then he caught my eye and he smiled.
Oh my
that
God.
Kind of. I know you're like,
It's allowed.
I'm telling you.
Fitty,
so, I lost composure. I didn't rush to him, but I was just there. Like, I was just there, like.
Just like Uncle 50.
And then I remember walking home because it was close to the house, and I kept thinking, should I go back? Maybe I should have said something. Maybe exactly. Yeah. Maybe in fact, like, should I just go back? Yeah. So I understand when people have that reaction with Mr. Effiong. I actually do get it. And I'm more,
doesn't make it right though.
Not empathetic, but yes, of course we do like boundaries and privacy.
But like, how do you handle now, because like I was like, second facet to the question is, do you ever feel some type of way when you see like intimacy in some roles that he does? Do you like you're just like, okay, it's his job,
absolutely.
So you've worked on that detachment.
Yes, because like for some scripts it's part of the job description. Do you get? Kiss is the job description. Like, he's not kissing because he wants to kiss, he's kissing because it's he's what's that word now? Contracted.
Or contractually obligated to do
obligated to do that. So
quick one. When you watch like movies with your partner in them, do you see them as like the character? Because yesterday I was watching a movie, somebody I knew was in the movie, and I was really finding it hard to take the person acting seriously. Because I'm like, you are acting all right here. Does that happen with you when you're watching your part? Like, do you see him as, okay, if Mr. Effiong is playing the role of Scar in this movie, do you see him as Scar? It's like, this man, is this how you look at him? How does that work?
I mean, it's half and half. Not all the time. Sometimes I'm actually drawn to the story. And contrary to what people think, I don't watch all his movies. It's not like, one movie comes out and then I'm rushing to go and watch it so I can be the first. No, I will celebrate him. I will say well done on movie, all of that. And then if I'm interested, I'll watch the movie. So most times I'm actually interested in the storyline. Where is this going? What's happening?
Sorry. Excuse me. I wanted to ask, we've spoken a lot about your work life, and obviously your husband's in the industry as well, but you did say, actually, you even dropped that you're an author as well.
Yeah.
How do you balance being like, because being an author is not, it's a different type of public eye, right? And also being a mother. And also, I'm guessing like just being, I feel like there's this wife culture as well. Like there's some parts where, you know how you said like, oh, there's certain places where you know that you can't just shop anyhow. Is it because of who your husband is, or is it because that you're a wife and you know that there's certain places where you have to carry yourself as a wife, not just, do you know what I mean? So like, how do you
I think
even
also even put it this way is, how do you like put aside like Toyosi Etim-Effiong from Mrs. Effiong or Mrs.
or
Etim-Effiong?
mommy mommy T, you know, and like even being a friend, like I mean, I don't, Windows a micro influencer. I have a few friends who are influencers, but like when we hang out, I don't feel like, oh, it's an influencer. Like we go out there, let me hold your bag. But like that is her industry. I'm here to. But how do you like move? How do you navigate through all of them? Because you have a lot of, let's say,
Caps
pockets
that you wear.
I thrive in my safe spaces. So if I'm going out, I'm hoping that there's a friend there. And we can just like feed off each other's energy, even though I'm networking with other people, all of that. But I know that, okay, there are 1, 2, 3 people here that I'm comfortable with. If I get tired, I can go and meet someone to say, I beg, what are we doing here? Or when is this event going to start, sort of thing. But again, I'm very aware of myself now. Like there's a high level of self-awareness. I don't want to show up anyhow. I want to show up correct at every point in time, not because I'm married to him, or not because I am an author or this or that, just because I'm a
For you,
responsible,
self-love,
respectable
self-care.
human being. Exactly. And yeah.
So I was gonna ask, well, 2 questions actually. Let me ask the first one: how you manage your mental health? Because, like I said, being a private individual, being a person, just a regular Joe on its own, comes with a lot of pressure, and then again, you have the added glow of the public eye. Do you ever like get anxious? Do you ever feel like there's a pressure to do more than what you did yesterday? Like today, this is today. Tomorrow, I have to show up better than I did. Oh, we went for this premiere last week. I wore this dress by so and so stylist. Next week, I have to spend this, because you see a lot of people doing things to remain
Relevant.
but you don't strike me as somebody who struggles for relevance anyway. Because yes, you are secure in yourself and this is what you do and you're confident in your abilities. So you don't feel like you need to struggle for relevance. That's what I'm getting off of you. But then it feels like there's this struggle for everybody to remain relevant. Last week you said something. Next week you're doing something completely different. Because I know that one person said something about, oh, thou shalt not wear bikini this week. Now you go Maldives, they post you'll post everything. Like, do you just ever feel like there's that extra pressure? And how do you cope with your mental health? Because when you describe something about your circle, I can't, if I open my Twitter and I see 4 notifications in my, what did I do?
Palpitations.
My heart starts beating. It's different from Instagram.
Yes.
If I open my Twitter
this one is a X,
and I see 6X,
different ball game.
and I see, no, I'm refusing to call it, I'm still using Twitter. I'm not updated to X, and I will not till they force me.
They updated me.
Yeah. But like, if I open my X and I
Yeah.
see 5 notifications, who have I offended?
What happened?
How do you handle that?
So I'm off Twitter. Twitter is not somewhere, or X is not somewhere that I go like that. You know,
Yeah.
I'll go there only if why would I even go there again? Maybe like in a WhatsApp group, somebody put something and then I click on
send
the
a
link.
link, yeah.
Exactly. So it's not somewhere that I will go, because I just feel like it's a different energy there, and an energy I don't want to engage with. I take breaks. I take breaks, even like during the day. You know, if I'm getting overstimulated, and it's all part of self-awareness. If I'm getting to a place where, okay, maybe baby is crying, phone is ringing, microwave is beeping, washing machine is doing its own, then somebody is shouting, all of that, I can literally just pick myself up and go somewhere. Just leave everything, go somewhere, take deep breaths, center myself again, like really recenter myself again, and then come back and engage with the world. But I'm a different person at that moment. And I should add that I started therapy. Like,
I love that.
like 3 years ago or so. Yeah, maybe more than 3 years. Yes, but I did start therapy, and it transformed my life, transformed my thinking, it transformed my mental health. I table everything. almost everything.
I love that. I'm a big advocate for therapy. I think
therapy.
I don't know. Sometimes when like with my circle of friends, I'll talk about all the time. Like, oh, I'm not. I feel like therapy allows you to talk about things, your flaws, without feeling judged. And I feel like in the type of society Nigeria is, therapy is really important.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you carry things that it's not even from you; it's been projected.
Yes.
And like I can imagine, especially with your industry. We talked about comments. You can read a comment and all of a sudden you start to self-doubt.
And you're spiraling and all of that, yeah.
It's just come from nobody from nowhere with nothing who probably even wants to be you. That's the one. It's like,
who will see you tomorrow and ask for a picture?
Beg, in fact, they will fight with, like...
They'll be on the queue to, hi.
Yes. So I feel like I'm a big advocate for therapy.
I think being in the public eye is really crazy.
It has its perks, though. It has its perks.
No, definitely.
Yes, it does have its perks.
What are the perks? What would you say? What are your perks of being in the public eye?
I mean, I enjoy access to certain places. We show up, or I show up, and like, come in, open, and then there's probably like a line, a queue.
Champagne. And they call and say, I'm sorry, no space for it. So other people call and say, okay,
let me tell you, the person that made my bridesmaids dresses, someone had called to ask if she could make bridesmaids dresses, and she said no. And then the person called back and said, oh, it's for Toyosi Phillips. I was Phillips then. And she said, oh yes, of course. And then she made it. So things like that. Do you understand? Things like that.
To this.
Yeah. So it does have its perks.
Because it doesn't open for one person, not me.
Yes. I even had like a major thing happened the last time I was traveling, and the airline was saying something. And one woman just said, oh, I saw you at XYZ, was like an embassy party. I saw you at this thing, what's happening? Well, that's how they cleared the whole thing, and I was able to get on that flight. So if I was a regular Joe, I'd have been on my way back to my house, sending emails, making calls, all of that. So yeah, there are perks.
What I wanted to ask now is to tie it to something. Is your take, because I mean it was pretty controversial when it happened. Your take on public figures getting married.
Oh Lord!
Now, no. Because I like having clarity on certain things. I feel like people should be given the opportunity to express themselves, regardless of whether or not you feel like, oh, you don't owe people an explanation. Say what your piece and that's it. Because now on public figures getting married, first of all, what advice do you have for someone who is not a public figure getting married to a public figure, and then your take on public figures getting married, especially when both partners are attractive? Because I know that Kunle Remi's wedding, there was a lot of controversy stirred about a comment you had made to your friend about the uniqueness of their situation. So many people came out and the Twitter had a field day that day, and I can't imagine how your phone was beeping as they're sending comments, because so many things people started coming out saying this and that. How do you want, is it Jessica Alba to behave? So many just different things on the internet space. And what happened? How?
Okay, so I was speaking from a first-hand experience. So this is not even them say or sort. I've talked about what happened when I was trying to find out the gender of my baby. Someone is knocking on the door to say, oh, I knew it was you. You know what I mean? I have been at places where they almost push me because they want to take a selfie, or they want to show their mom or dad on FaceTime that, oh, look who I saw at Ebano. Ebano should pay me for this. Very specific. Ebano should pay me for this.
You know what's crazy? Every time I see your husband,
it's an Ebano.
And he goes to us by himself to carry his basket.
Do you understand?
And I think, oh my God, you know Ebano, you have to they let one person out.
Yeah.
How do you do this? I want to get the basket.
Do you understand? So I have had negative experiences being married to this person, and I know how. I said I started therapy, for different reasons. We talked about how I was feeling before, just all of that. So I'm speaking from a first-hand experience. Now, Kunle Remi is my brother. I love him. He's a fine man. Do you understand? He's a baby boy. He's KR Baba. You see, you're already happy.
No, I appreciate beauty, but excuse me.
Oh, fine now.
You already I don't even want to say that's
please. What I've been saying, want to marry man. I'm just saying it's fine. People should understand.
No. I get that. Yeah.
The one chemistry that I can see, between him and his wife.
I love exactly. So I was just talking from the experience of this thing is work. Like you have to have. And I was also speaking to my friend, but you have to have the heart for it. A lot of celebrity marriages break up because one person is insecure, cannot handle the other person's fame, cannot handle the other person's growth in the industry. It's not an easy space to function in if you're not mentally strong. And that's the message I was really trying to pass across.
I think the narrative being passed around on Twitter was more from the angle, not necessarily
because I say husbands are screen god, they are often shared, attractive, all of that.
The worries that, oh God, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say because I do actually want to say this. The worries that, anyway, Portable has his harem shaft. They're actually struggling for him. He has his audience. But the worries that someone like Portable we have compared to the worries that someone like your husband will have, because it was part of Pastor.
You'd be surprised. Portable got like 3 wives. Did they want him to?
That's what I'm saying. That Portable has his harem shop, but like it wasn't necessarily from the celebrity angle. It was from the attractiveness angle that it was being passed about.
Absolutely. And then the class of women. Do you understand? Like the class, the caliber
and substance.
The substance. Do you understand? If you are not secure in yourself, you will probably see like one big sister that you really like from somewhere just sending a message that is looking one kind and you're just like confused. You lose composure. You are just like, do you still love me? Why do you
love me if I was in one?
So someone like me, like I would appreciate that type of advice because I feel like a lot of celebrity couples you only see them when they go dark. You don't see the lead up to it. Yeah. And I don't feel like, maybe people do advice, but it's never been public. If you came to me and said, Shai, you're dating somebody who's a very fine man, like be careful. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what, you right, girl.
Thank you.
I have to G-check myself and I'm, but
your advice coming to mind now, like Majeko Bello Gigi.
Exactly.
Don't let it OGG you.
Don't let it OGG you.
Don't let it OGG you because
FL 2024. Don't let it OGG you.
And
I want to display on the script, please.
I would appreciate that advice, and especially because you first-hand experience. I wouldn't even say experience. You first-hand experienced and experience it. I would be very grateful. In fact, I'll be like, you know what? In fact, let me even tell everybody seeing. Make you know say I know they're right.
And then there is me who will make sure that your account is private because who are you? Why are you as a man having more than 1,000 followers on social media? Are you trying to flaunt yourself today? Except it's your job or your career, please. 996 is why are you following?
Do you know thought about this thing? Like, she's thought.
Why are you following 996 people? Are you that?
But that's like 3 sets of school, secondary school friends, college friends.
There are secondary schools that they are 5 in one class. Why didn't they carry you
there? Class.
Why? Why did you go to all boys school?
I'll introduce you to my therapist.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Wow.
And just like
I don't mind it, to be honest.
So I don't mind it. Ask you about your Essence Festival. I know you did one. It's been 2 years running already. So there's a third year this year. Can you enlighten us about it?
So it's Nigeria's presence at Essence Festival. The first one, major one, was in 2022, the film festival, and they screened Jolly Roger, which my husband featured in and which I was able to help facilitate. So we all went to New Orleans. Kunle Remy was there. Effa, Yolanda, Akanani, Grace Effa. It was about 5, 6, 7 of us that first one, and it went really well. We were on the stage, people were asking questions, and we were interacting with the African American audience. Now, for me, it was a big deal because this is a pure Nigerian film made by Nigerians in Nigeria, being featured on this stage or being screened on this international stage. It was a big deal for me, and I was so happy that happened. But before then, I had supported, or not supported is not the word, but facilitated Hollywood presence at the AMVCAs. So that same year, Sidra Smith, Tasha Smith, and some other guys from Hollywood had come. And Sidra is like my big sister. Tasha is like big sis as well. Like, I love them. We're in their house in Miami just a few months ago. Like, we're family, you know what I mean? And so they had come and experienced Lagos and enjoyed Lagos. And I was like, yes, okay, there's something here. There's a synergy. They want to trace their roots.
We want
to export ourselves. Like, we want to collaborate with them and do all of this with them. So there's just space for collaborations and all of that. Until 2022 Essence, and then 2023 we're like, can we do this again? And they're like, sure. In fact, let's go bigger. So we had a Nigeria day. So it was a full day at the film festival of just Nigerian content. We had a hall, like a room to ourselves. We had Nigerian content screening. We had panels. We went with people again. Last year was now like a Seun Wajayi, Sean Fakwa, a bunch of other guys. Daniel, of course, was there again. And it was just a good time. And this year we're doing it again.
Hey, what can we expect? I'm so happy.
And this year is bigger. This year is different. It's not a full Nigeria day like last year. It is Nigeria being in the what's it called now, cultural connection stage, meaning the entire Black diaspora representation at Essence Film Festival will get to see Nigerian movies, and will also get to hear us speak on our panel, and we'll have representation on different panels as well. So as opposed to last year where we were in one space and those who were interested in us had to find their way to us, we're now on the big stage. We're now there. We're now doing big things, and I'm excited. So it's taking place in July. I want to say come one, come all. It's open to everybody, not just people in the film and TV industry. It's open to everybody. And this is a good time to say thank you to the US consulate. Last year, they actually supported us with access to the United States. We know that access to the United States for green passport holders, it's not the easiest of things. So they supported with that. So thank you to the US consulate. Yes, and we're just looking forward to this year going really big.
Going big.
Honestly,
congratulations. I think we shouldn't underestimate what this is doing for Nigeria. Like the fact that even on Netflix, there's like a Nollywood section. You know, back in the day, I used to watch Nigerian movies on videotape, and then when YouTube came, the quality sometimes I didn't know.
Then the titles of those YouTube ones, my boss said I should not follow my madam.
It's so long. It was only my that's why sister's child who tried to kill me. And that story was like 3 hours.
Real quick, thank you for bringing that up. Now I know that. Yes, Nollywood has come a long way, and I love it so much. We've gone from the era where people thought it was a flex to not watch Nigerian movies to now. I think recently there was a movie that came out, Bimbo Ademoye, absolutely love her. It's been 3 days and it has almost 4 million views on YouTube. That's insane.
I love
that
her.
Insane. I watched it last night. I love it.
It was good.
Now, my problem with, I was having a conversation yesterday. My problem with, or I say a problem I have is sometimes it feels like we don't tell Nigerian stories, or we tell Nigerian stories, but it sort of feels like there's this whole pressure on importing foreign stories and localizing it. Like there's some things that you see, and like I understand that yes, we want to be marketable to the Western world, we want to do this, but you see or you watch movies from certain like you watch Korean movies and they're always shameless about how they plug their culture, plug their stories, put up the things there. But Nigerians, we feel like we import some stories, we bring it here, and it doesn't translate well. Look at the movies we're talking about YouTube. The Oga Madam daughter brought landlord from, but she pretended to be a billionaire. How many billionaires? Okay, we have a lot of billionaires in Nigeria. I'm not good at like
there's someone like me who's a mixed diaspora. Sorry, like I feel like sometimes we want things to be so literal to the culture, and sometimes it's not. Like, you know, I always say, because I was born here, but I grew up in the UK, there's certain things like I don't eat with my hands, right? But I was brought up to eat with my hands. But I just don't, because number one, I don't want my nails to be stained with palm oil. It's now yellow and stuff. That has absolutely nothing to do with me not knowing my culture. It's just my preference, right? But then people's like, oh, because you grew up in the UK, you think I eat with knife and fork. I cannot eat by your hand. Can't be eating just soup. Like, I say, almost, I even prefer to use spoon because I can carry pack it into my mouth. Better than my hands. But then people are like, you don't even know your culture. You cannot even say
okay, so let me speak to that quickly. There are different categories of people. I'll say different tranches in the industry. There are those who will tell those epic stories, the stories you're looking for, Orunmila, Shango, all of that. Those who talk about the tapping wine from the palm tree, all of that. There's that group of people. There are people who, like you, were probably raised in the UK, and that's the story they know. And so they've come back, and that exposure is what is influencing their own decisions in terms of filmmaking. And then there are those who are probably just winging it. You know what I mean? So there's something for everybody, is what I'll say. In the industry, there's something for everybody. But I do like that our movies are traveling. Like we are being recognized right now in global stages. My friend is speaking at Cannes, you know, in a few weeks. She's on a panel at Cannes. I was just like, you go, girl. Yes, Dolakwa, I love you. Well done. You know, so proud of you. She's doing that. people doing different things. Just a lot. There's the Nigerian International Film Summit, took place in Paris last year. I was the host for that. And I saw like the French production companies and studios coming to talk to us about collaborations. Like, you know what, let's work together. Where can we find your directors? Where can we find your producers? So the world is awakening to us.
We're on their radar.
Yes, we are, absolutely. Just like music, the prayer is that film will do the same thing.
Thank you
like music.
so much for coming on.
This was fun.
Wait,
I love having you
round
on.
up. Sorry, I've been begging you as a you're entrepreneur.
Let's go.
You have many hats. Like, what advice would you give somebody trying to enter this industry or somebody in this industry? Because as you mentioned, sometimes it is very unforgiving, not only to the industry but to yourself as well. So, what advice as a boss lady would you give other females, even males, whoever?
It starts with the inside. That may not be the general answer for people, but just to know yourself first. Be centered first. Do you understand? Like, be centered in your identity. Know who you are, so that nobody is now telling you who to be. So you show up as who you are, and then you can now work your way around projects and things that you find yourself doing. But don't just bust into the industry like, hey, I just graduated, let's go, where them days sort of thing. No, it's really take time to work on yourself, self-awareness, self-love, all of that, and then show up as your highest self, your highest level. And yes, I can see the producer just saying,
I know that they're dancing for us at the back.
Talking drum.
But honestly, it's been so amazing having you on here.
Thank you,
Honestly,
it's been a pleasure.
I love having you here, and I love
Thank
the fact
you.
that we got clarity, we got insights, we learned, and
I learned something.
narratives
Coming
have
soon,
been
my new
cleared,
manager.
and I love it.
Our new manager.
Let's go.
We'll see you guys on the next episode of Terms and Conditions. Bye.